When you look back at the first 6 games, what do you like about where your offense is? What do you want to see them continue to grow at?
I think the biggest thing is starting to have the ability to create some explosives. I think that was the most positive thing probably out of the first 6 games. I think the things that were just glaring things that we have to fix and have to do a better job of is sustaining drives. That means cleaning up our third downs, whether it's mental errors. Make sure we're always on the same page with what we're doing, things like that, and just finishing drives. Never settling for field goals and doing a great job in the red zone, executing, understanding what we're trying to get accomplished. Those are the biggest things. But also is just looking at when the ball is in certain people's hands, what are they doing with it? Are we getting it in the right people's hands enough, and make sure we've got enough ways to do that.
How would you evaluate the way you guys have done as far as time between plays and just the speed you want to operate with, where you want to be?
Right. No, I think we've done a great job playing with the tempo that we're trying to. I think we can be better at and use some different things that we do that are part of the offense to, probably play a little bit more complementary football, slow things down at times, gain an advantage that way. People probably don't realize this. Nowadays people find it harder when you huddle at times because you don't show the formation. A lot of defense coordinators, they try and wait as long as they can, see the formation before they make a call. And so there's some things like that I think we can mix in, especially at the end of the games. They're just different situations. But as far as the pace of play, I think we do a great job of that. Our guys do a great job with ball mechanics and playing how we want to play.
Coach, since games started until this week, there's kind of always been you knew Jake would start. This week, there's the uncertainty there. How's that kind of, even though everyone prepares to play, how does that change the way you guys practice, both in the bye and this week?
Yeah, no, it's always going to come down to who we think gives us the best chance to win the game. And last game we made a switch and felt like it was just the right time. Felt like it was a time to give Caden a chance. They both have great practices the last 2 weeks. I know that gets redundant to say, but they have. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. And so they've both done a great job. And at the end of the day, like I said, it'll come down to whoever's going to take care of the football, who's going to execute at a high level and give us a chance to win.
Obviously, with the way that they hold on to the football, you have fans saying you can't go too fast. You have us in the media saying you can't go too fast when you have the football. How do you tone all that out and let the defense be the defense and the offense be the offense?
Yep, I think if you look at just their first 5 or 6 games that they've played, I think that is the best thing they do is they get people out of their rhythm and what they want to do. And you see it on tape, like games are tight early on, and they just kind of sit there and wait for other people to get out of the rhythm and try and do something they're not accustomed to, and I think it throws them off. And so I think there's a healthy balance. We got to go play our game, and we got to be who we are. We've got to stay aggressive. We got to take shots. We got to play with tempo. But at the same time, you got to understand who you're playing. And like I said earlier, we got to play complementary football. And so if that means us changing some things up and, huddling at times, whatever it takes to win the game, we're going to do. And so, but that is a common theme. You look at the UAB game, you look at the Tulsa game, it's tight early, and they just kind of sit there and wait for you to make a mistake. And if we can avoid those and play complementary football, I think we'll have a great chance to win the game.
Army hasn't trailed all year. How important is it to go out there and set the tone early?
No question. You want to try and go put them in a situation that they haven't been in or they're not accustomed to, because that's the thing. They've been and had so much success is because they've gotten to dictate how they want each one of these games to go. They want to get a lead, and they want to sit on the ball and sit on the clock. And so we got to do a great job of trying to, we get the ball early, go score early. I know Blake and those guys, they've prepared their tails off. They're going to do a great job defensively. We got to make sure we go do our part. And when we get opportunities to go score and put those guys in situations they don't want to be in, we got to go try and take advantage of it and do it.
Kind of a unique role for the team this year to be the significant of an underdog going into the game. How do you feel like your unit has kind of channeled that mentality going up this week?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's it's a challenge, but it's an opportunity, and our guys are excited about it. It's I don't know how many people on our staff have been up there and played up there. It's a cool place to play. I think it's one of the most underrated venues in college football. We had a chance to go up there probably 7 or 8 years ago. It's a great place to play. They got a great football team, great fan base. So it's a challenge, but it's an opportunity for us to go play a great football team in a cool venue, and try and go, prove what we really think we are. And I don't feel like we've done that yet, and I think we got a chance to go do it this weekend.
Given the results at Charlotte, I don't think anybody really saw that coming. How have the offensive leadership kind of responded since that time with the bye week and everything?
Yeah, that's the thing I've been most proud of is I think just from a standpoint of, us as coaches, we know it, and those players know it's unacceptable. Like to go put that on tape is unacceptable. And obviously it starts from the top down, but our players have taken ownership in the things that, they did that caused some of those things. We took ownership as coaches, showed things on tape like, hey, I got to do a better job of putting you guys in a better situation to have success. Hey, but when the play's there, gosh dang, you guys got to make the play. There's accountability from both sides and from all standpoints. And so I've been really proud of how our guys have just responded, because it was just, you learn from it, and then they just put their head down and they went back to work. And that's the thing about not only our unit, but our team. That's what they do, and they've continued to do that. I'm just really excited for them to go out and get another opportunity this weekend.
How do you think, Caton did kind of being thrown into a tough situation and everything?
Yeah, it was kind of a weird part in the game, getting thrown in there at a 2-minute drive, as he kind of got his feet wet. But the reason for that being was, I didn't want him to come out in the second half and, kind of start there. I wanted to go ahead and get a flow of the game. But I thought he did good. Once he got in there and got settled, I thought he made good decisions. He took care of the ball. He had an unfortunate turnover there on the screen. But I thought he made good decisions. And I thought as the game went on, he got more and more comfortable. And he's, like I said, he's had a great week of practice. So I'm really pleased with where he's at, how he played the other day.
And what do you see out of Army's defense, schematically, everything?
The thing about them that's going to jump out to you is just how they play, the effort they play with. They run to the football. They are sound in what they do. They got guys in the right spots. You're not gonna trick them or catch them out of position. They're going to be where they're supposed to be and when they're supposed to be there. They play with great physicality. They play with great pad level, and it is a huge challenge because they're going to make it hard on you for you to run the ball. They're going to make it hard on you to find passing lanes. That's what I think they do such a great job of is mixing up their looks. They're going to give our guys a ton of different looks, and we got to be able to try and go execute with what we see. But it's a really, really deep unit that plays really well together.